Hello, my friends, and welcome back to another Brotato Danger 5 random run, where we take a random character, random weapon, and try to beat Danger 5 with it. Hope you're all doing well. Let's see what the game gives me today. We've got the Ghost. So Ghost we haven't done yet, so we're gonna pick that one up and see if we can beat Abyssal Terrors with a fairly difficult character. Low armor is really bad for us, because armor is really important on this map, and with enemies hitting so hard, losing armor can be very dangerous. So let's see what we've got. We've got Ghost Scepter. That's probably the hardest weapon by a fair margin, just because it attacks really slow. So we'll see what we can do. You can't get an HP on the first wave. Your weapon just doesn't attack fast enough. So there's no way we get a bonus HP on the first wave with Ghost Scepter. And we're going to have very, very low income off of the first wave as well, because we attack so slow. So we're down about 7 materials, and of course didn't get a bonus HP from our weapon or anything. So very slow start when you do Ghost with Ghost Scepter. Very brief cut in the video there because I just went to check, and this is in fact the 30th random run that I have done since Abyssal Terrors came out. So if we win this one, we will be on a 30-win streak, which is pretty exciting. And then if we win the next one, we'll have done half of the characters without dropping a single game. So pretty important win to get here, so I'm hoping that we can manage that. Let's roll. I'm looking for harvesting. I could take attack speed as well. It's very valuable, but harvesting early is really nice. This is a truly horrible set of options. Is it worth spending 3 materials? Probably not. I guess I'll just take the movement speed. That's very painful. Peaceful Bee, of course, we want more dodge. Losing range damage is very bad, but the Ghost does get effectively plus 10 base damage on all of its weapons, plus 10 ranged damage. So Peaceful Bee is fine for Ghost, even if for other ranged characters, it wouldn't be as bad. It wouldn't be very good. Baby Gecko wouldn't be terrible either. We do want to pick up more materials, but I think I'm going to leave that slot open for a better economy item. Then I'm going to roll here. Hedgehog, also I'm going to pass on, and I'm going to roll one more time. Okay, nice. We got another Scepter, which is what I was hoping for. You can combine Ghost Scepters here to try to get an extra HP. I think it's much more important to have multiple Scepters in the early game, just multiple ethereal weapons, because you want to maximize your income as much as possible. So having more weapons is better than potentially getting 1 more HP. You'll get that HP anyways just by getting like extra levels, more items, and stuff like that. And health doesn't help you clear the waves. So it's not even like with Flint or anything where the stat that you're getting actually makes your character better at killing stuff. With Scepter, it's purely defensive, so we only need it in the late game, and we'll get plenty of health from the Scepters later on. Very happy to find some harvesting there, and we'll take a Scepter and then roll another Scepter. That's great. I'll lock a metal detector. This is the sort of economy item we were hoping for, and reroll and lock another Scepter. Pretty lucky there to find 3 in a row. It's roughly a 60% chance to roll the weapon that you have when you re-roll in the first 2 shops, but a little better because it's ethereal weapon, which is a very small tag, so like a 65% chance, but 3 successful 65% in a row is pretty lucky. Got that tree kill, which is pretty nice, and we're clearing as many of these enemies as we can. Always hunt down and kill those clams. They're worth more money, and of course, that's fewer ranged attacks that you have to dodge. You can see even though we found 5 weapons and are relatively strong, we're still not making that great money early because Ghost Scepter just attacks so slowly. We'll definitely take the harvesting here, and then do I just want range damage? Do I take speed? Do I roll for harvesting? I've got 4 harvesting locked in the shop, so I'm going to roll, because if we get that plus the Peaceful Bee, then we will hit 21 harvesting, which will help it grow faster. Having rolled twice, though, I'm just going to take the ranged damage. Take the Scepter, and do I want metal detector or bee first? This is actually an interesting question. I think that the bee is going to be worth more money than the metal detector for an extra wave, but I'm actually not 100% sure about that one. I'll lock the Gentle Alien here, and I'm going to roll one more time. We're guaranteed to see a weapon in the shop, so we're fairly likely to find a Scepter, and we can, in fact, find one and upgrade to a level 2. Obviously, with Scepters, you want to upgrade them at least relatively quickly so they start giving you more HP. The number one item that we are looking out for is a form of piercing, whether that be through Sharp Bullet or, if we get lucky, Bandana, because Ghost Scepter benefits tremendously from piercing shots. It not only turns this weapon from a very slow clear speed to slightly better, it also and makes it like possible for you to beat horde waves, which is otherwise very difficult. It also makes you more likely to get HP because individual scepters are killing more enemies. Great, we found another Peaceful Bee. We will accept reducing our range damage. We now have higher harvesting. I'm just going to take 10 luck here. I do want additional luck. And then attack speed, really important, but I could roll for economy stats as well. I think I'm going to reroll. We just bought some luck, so we're fairly likely to find a level 2 upgrade. And we did. This is another really interesting choice. So I could take regen. We will want some healing at some point, of course. I could take 2 range damage to make sure our damage is keeping up. Or I could just take the harvesting to start growing that. I think this early, I'm just going to take the level 2 upgrade. We already have 21 harvesting, so while I do want more quite badly, I really just want to make sure that my damage is keeping up with the wave. Roll here. Coffee is probably going to be better than the level 2 Scepter, because attack speed is so important for this character. We'll lock the Scepter. I'm going to pass on Penguin. While I do want to buy regen, I'm much more interested in getting my damage and economy online than building defenses early. We're going to rely on not taking too many hits rather than trying to heal through them in the early game, because we have a ranged weapon. We're trying to build as much damage as we can get. Oops, gotta go kill that curse alien. Oh, of course it drops no materials. So wave 5 is the first wave where enemies can sometimes drop no materials. So, of course, the first high income enemy that we kill on wave 5 gives us nothing. Ghost, you want to get to the point where you don't die in one hit. Of course, you can't use armor to do that, since you start with minus 100. So you're effectively taking double damage from every enemy attack. So we need to get our dodge to 90% as soon as possible in order to mitigate that double damage. And also, we need to get our attacks really, really high, our damage output really high, and our attack speed, so that we can actually kill enemies before we take a hit. The percent damage here, I'm just going to grab. It's a high-level upgrade. We'll take a coupon, of course, and a Ghost Scepter, and then roll. Dangerous Bunny, good enough. Baby Elephant, I could take as well. Ghost Scepter, so typically you don't want to take other sources of damage when you have ethereal weapons, because it's going to steal kills from your ethereal weapons. But Ghost Scepter attacks so slow, and it's such a weak weapon in terms of killing enemies, that this won't steal too many stats. We also don't care that much about gaining health. You know, we want to get to like 100 health, but we're going to get that sort of no matter what with the Ghost Scepters. So the chance of the baby elephant stealing kills from our scepters is just not something I'm that worried about. Definitely want the injection. This is our last wave to get a guaranteed weapon and maybe upgrade the scepters. So I'm going to reroll. We'll take the scepter and the feather as well. Feather, very nice for this character. Gives us 2 stats we really want. So very efficient item. The baby elephant obviously doesn't do anything right now when it's only doing 4 damage. But as we upgrade our percent damage and our luck, it should help wave clear. One thing I should check is if we have horde waves, because if we do, I need to roll very aggressively for ways to kill enemies that aren't just these scepters. Scepter is, unless you luck into getting piercing weapons, or piercing shots, totally inadequate for fighting horde waves. This weapon is really bad at hordes, because, again, the slow attack speed. So, if we have a horde wave, that's going to be one challenge that we'll need to overcome, and we'll need to do that by rolling into some sort of weapon that gives us more AoE clear speed. Baby Gecko is great. We talked about taking that earlier, but decided to wait for more economy items, but when we find it in a box, it's awesome. And here I'm just going to take the harvesting. I could take luck as well, but more harvesting early is excellent. This shop is amazing for us, obviously, upgrading all of our weapons and giving us a bunch of other stats that we want. Reroll here. We'll for sure take a fertilizer. Metal, even though the armor is wasted on this character, still a great item that we want, and the HP is sort of wasted as well. Still a great item that we want, and gambling token's going to help get us to 90% dodge much sooner. Take our free reroll here. Do I reroll for 6? With 2 items locked, I think I'll pass. Tempted to reroll just to try to keep upgrading the Ghost Scepters, but I think we've got 2 solid items. I probably won't have enough money next wave to buy 2 level 2s and another item anyways, so there's not that much. We would be giving up a lot of rerolls if I do it that way. Gotta kill that walrus before it kills me. A cursed scepter would go a long way towards helping out. Oh, I forgot to check horde waves again. I should just do that in the shop. I could hit escape and do that now, but just gonna focus on clearing the wave and not disrupt my flow by pausing. Oh, that loot alien. I almost got it, but it was getting healed by the healers. And okay, so I managed to make it through and kill that loot alien. I'm actually going to recycle defective steroids. I don't want to reduce my attack speed at all, and the 2 HP is not that valuable for a character with ghost scepters. Normally, I'd be very happy to take 2 armor here, but I think I'm just going to grab some harvesting, and then we will take attack speed. That's by far the most important stat for us right now, so we're very happy to see it. Take the bag, metal, and gambling token, and my income that last wave actually not bad. 300, pretty good for wave 7. And another bag. Okay, that's really nice. So very happy with those items. Plant is going to be good. We probably are going to be regen more than lifesteal just because, again, slow attacking weapon. So even though it's ranged, I kind of like just being regeneration. I don't take Beanie. That can help help with clear speed because movement speed is good for clear speed. I think I don't care about Alien Worm. The HP is sort of wasted, so the regen's good, but the HP is wasted, and losing consumable heals very bad. I'm going to reroll. We'll lock a fertilizer. We've gotten a lot of fertilizers. Sunken Bell, I think, is actually pretty interesting for the Ghost, because the way that you lose with this character is taking 2 hits in a row. Just the 10% chance of getting hit goes off twice in a row, and you just die. No horde waves, by the way. So Sunken Bell can help clear enemies. We'll take our first hit, go down to like below half health, and then the Sunken Bell can buy us a little time to regenerate back up. So I think that's actually pretty useful. I'm going to take the Penguin as well. I don't know about that Sunken Bell pick. It's not a great item usually, but I think it's synergistic enough with the Ghost for just keeping you alive in an emergency that I'm willing to give it a shot. The goal with this character basically is you want... So when an enemy hits you, right, you have 90% dodge. So you have a 10% chance of taking damage once we get to 90% dodge, at least. So goal number 1 is getting there. We have a 10% chance of taking damage. If you die 1 in 10 times, that's very bad, because that's going to happen frequently. If you die 1 in 100 times, so 2 hits in a row, then that's still pretty bad, because 1 in 100 times is an unacceptably high failure rate for a game like this, where you want to minimize randomness as much as possible. So the goal is to get it to the point where you can take 3 hits, so you only die 1 in 1,000 times, and that makes your character much, much safer. We'll take a Peaceful Bee, of course, and then take movement speed. Yeah, I'm going to take the 9 speed here. That will get us to... now I don't need to buy more movement speed. Buy all these items, and then roll. Peaceful Bee is starting to get a little scary because we are reducing our range damage a lot, but I think is still worth grabbing here. The leather vest, that'll put us over dodge cap, which is good, so I'm going to lock it. Even though the max HP, the armor's wasted, the max HP loss is negative, of course. Just being at dodge cap is so important for this character. Do I want the saltwater just for 3 attack speed? I think that's too aggressive. We'll roll here. Okay, well, we'll definitely take a bag. And feather would get me 2 dodge cap, but do I want to go over... So I could use the feather instead of the leather vest here. Do I want to go over dodge cap anyways so that I can take items that reduce my dodge? That's often correct, because there's a lot of powerful items that reduce your dodge chance, and so having a little dodge beyond the cap can be good. I think we'll get dodge sort of randomly through other items, though. Ghost is more likely to find dodge items, so I think we will use the feather rather than the leather vest to get ourselves to 90% dodge. I'm gonna reroll once here for 12. Piggy bank we don't want. We can't afford to reduce our strength, so nothing that we're locking there. So I'd say we're in pretty good shape. We've got a lot of harvesting. We're getting a decent amount of HP from our scepters. I could definitely use higher level scepters. I could use more damage and attack speed. The feather will help out because it's going to give us ranged damage. And leveled up scepters would be really good. If we could find some piercing, that would be really important. You can see here we're starting to really struggle with large groups of enemies. So the more enemies there are on the field, because of our slow attack speed and no piercing shots, the harder it is for us to clear enemies. I'm taking a few hits here and there. It's fine because we have 87% dodge, so we can survive it. But we're going to make a lot less money this wave because than most characters would, because of Ghost Scepter being just a weapon that clears enemies very slowly. So you usually get about 400 this wave. In wave 9 on the Abyss. We actually did get 400, we just left 40 of them on the ground, so we're actually not in as bad shape as I thought, but still want to be ahead of the economy curve, so I definitely need to improve my damage output. Our harvesting is good though, and that's helping make up for the difference there. 3 range damage is great, and here's what I'm talking about. We'll get sort of random dodge chance with stuff like Blindfold, which also improves our crit, and this we will buy, go over dodge cap, and then we can start building critical hit. This level 3 Scepter is huge, as is the Corrupted Shard, so we're very happy to see both of these. Roll here. Coffee, another amazing find, and we will lock the baby gecko. That was a very good shop for us with a bunch of great stats. We also have a triple bag with 16 luck. We still have not gotten a crate in like the last 3 waves since we got these bags. So that's not great. We got a couple loot aliens early, but haven't seen one since then. Maybe this tree will give us one and our bags can pay off. Nice. Just had to whine about it. So I definitely need to improve my damage output. You can see that we're not one-shotting the helmet aliens, which we definitely need to. And, of course, I've also added some curse to our character. So that is going to make it harder for us to kill everything because some things are going to spawn cursed. I want to kill that curse alien. The blobfish are a little dangerous for this character because our single target damage is very weak. So the lampreys, and we always spawn 4 lampreys because we're a ranged character. So the lampreys are a real challenge for us to deal with. Gonna make very weak income this wave. So there I actually put myself in a lot of danger. I took two hits. Or 3 hits in a row. We got 3 dodges in a row, but if we hadn't, we'd have died. So a lot of danger as in a 1 in 1,000 chance of dying, but you still want to avoid that. We're going to recycle the snowball, and yeah, I'll take 15 luck. 8 more harvesting this late, or do I just want to roll for damaging stats? I probably should just roll for damaging stats at this point. I did crit chance, but I think just ranged damage is going to be better. That 4 armor upgrade would be really nice also. We sadly don't have any piercing, so I'm not going to spend money on pumpkin when it doesn't do anything yet. Weird food. That is an item that reduces our dodge and helps us heal up quite a bit. I am going to grab that. I'll take the metal detector. Still pretty good because luck is good for us, and then we're going to roll. Alien baby, I do want the curse, but increasing enemy health is a very bad downside for us because our damage is so low. It's only 7% enemy health, though. So obviously, I don't care that much about the HP. We're going to get a ton of HP anyways. Plus 5 curse is really good, but I think I'm going to have to roll past this because increasing enemy health is just going to hurt my economy so much. Take the propeller hat. Warrior helmet we can pass on for sure. All right, I'm going to take the lure. We're going to ignore the elite. We can't kill it. We just don't have the damage. So I'm just going to focus on killing those 2 loot aliens this wave and boosting my economy. So I don't have a lot of healing, so I really need to avoid taking hits from the elite. Because if we do take hits, then it's going to take us forever to heal it back up. This elite, if you just hold still during these ring attacks, it can't get you, so you can just kind of position around, and then it's going to fire out these sort of triple boluses of attacks, and you can more or less just ignore those as long as you're moving away from the enemy. So happy I have the healing there. Can I get this loot alien? It's running the exact opposite side of the map from me. No, it went into the big group of enemies. All right, we might not get the lure kills here because the elite's putting me under a lot of pressure. Yeah, we're not going to get either of them. And there's just too many enemies on the field for our low damage. All right, so the lure ended up not being good there. Cursed lure. Well, you know, what's better than trying for a lure once? Trying for a lure twice. We'll take the injection to maybe make it easier to kill, and jerky will help us heal up in between taking hits. Same with the mushroom, and then we're going to reroll. Fairy is going to be good as well. Baby with a beard can help clear enemies also, which we badly need. And alloy, this is another reason why we wanted to be over dodge cap, because this can boost our damage output. All right, we'll try again on the lure. But we survived the elite. That's step one. Okay, here's the loot alien. Can we get this dang thing? Okay, that's one. Another one over here. And it took a bunch of damage and then ran away from us. Oh, nice. We got a random crate there as well. I think we are likely to get a third loot alien. Cursed lure spawns more. So I did a bunch of damage to it. Now we're going to work our way back around. I'm going to rely on my dodge a little bit to try to get some kills. Get the kill on the loot alien, because we are pretty behind in terms of damage output. So these crates and the money that they give us are going to be really valuable. And I've got a decent amount of healing now with the jerky and everything, so I can afford to take a couple hits. Actually, not bad income that wave, thanks to our triple bag here. The minimum attack speed, so already our weapons attack faster than that. I really don't want to reduce my damage, so we're going to recycle the ball and chain here. Sharp bullet would have been amazing if we'd gotten it earlier, but even still incredible. More attack speed, incredible. Frozen Heart, also just really good. Any base damage increase for our weapons is powerful. The crit chance is good, so great items to find in that set of boxes. Let's roll here. Take 12% damage because my percent damage is very, very low. And take the alloy and the baby with a beard. I guess I can just buy all three, actually. Roll here, taking the lucky charm and the fertilizer. Even this late fertilizer, still very good. Clockwork wasp, I don't think we care about. My move speed is 16%, which is fine. So now I've got good regen, and we have... I am below dodge cap again, because I bought the alloy, so I need to find 3% more dodge. But we've got good regen. We have piercing shots, which is going to help a ton with clearing enemies, as is the baby with a beard. Especially if I find a little more flat-ranged damage from something. But between that and the baby elephant, you can see we have much more effective wave clear now. And that's why we needed to get our economy off to a solid start so that we could find items that help us actually kill stuff. Getting a lot of dodges here, which is convenient. The triple bag really helped this run a lot. I mean, obviously, that's always going to help this run, help any run. Small magazine, probably the single best item we could realistically find at this point. Always incredible for any ranged damage build. I could just take one ranged damage. I think we can do better. I'm going to reroll here. Yeah, 12% damage is perfect. Going up to 30% is really nice. Adrenaline, an amazing find for this character, of course, because it just helps you heal up. Lucky Charm, I will grab even though it reduces my ranged damage. Chameleon, we're going to pass on. Bat, so this is a regen and helps me get lifesteal. I'll obviously take the Ghost Scepter upgrade. Probably 30 regen is good, but I do want to boost that, so I will spend 50 on the bat here. Crystal's pretty nice. We don't intend to take that many hits. I'm not going to buy bat when it doesn't also give us a regeneration. So I'm just going to lock the crystal here, and then we will go to the next wave. Already, and you can see here, we're at 110 HP without having focused really extensively on boosting the HP from our scepters, and we're just going to boost that really fast starting now as our weapons level and everything, and there's just more enemies on the field. So you really don't have to put that much effort into boosting your health when you have Ghost Scepter. It's just going to happen naturally by the time you need it. So important not to over prioritize getting max HP, especially on this map where max HP isn't that valuable. You need to focus on economy stats and damage stats first. We had a slight scare in the mid game there, and that was in part because of all the peaceful bees that I bought, right? It reduced my base damage, so we were having a lot of trouble killing stuff in the mid game. We've now fixed that a lot. It's not totally better, but it's much better at this point. So we're in, I would say, pretty good shape, as long as I don't just die to the elite in a very dumb way. Take the coupon and crystal's good. With 90% dodge, you, of course, are less likely to take hits. We have negative XP gain. How likely is the Scar to pay for itself? I think, given that we have Fairy, I'm going to pick up the Scar, because I think if this gets us 1 level, it will be worth it, and the 1 regeneration makes it... It's obviously an investment, but it's not as big an investment when we have additional regen from it as well. Ice Cube is really nice here. We have the Frozen Heart, so all of our damage is elemental damage. So Ice Cube just increases our damage by 10%, so I'm definitely going to grab that. I'll lock the Lost Duck, and I'll reroll once. Community Support, going to be great as well. I'm not going to buy Boxing Glove just for the 1 regen, I think. Then we'll go fight the Elite. Any chance we can kill this thing? Let me test my damage on it. I'm thinking no, so I'm going to try not to fight the Elite. I think we might be able to get it, but I really just don't want to put myself in at any risk. So, okay, obviously I walked up to it and took a bunch of hits for no reason. This Elite is very hard to avoid with a character like this. There was a loot alien there, which we got. 2 dodges in a row were really nice there as well. It helped maintain my crystal bonus, which we did lose early, but we got it back. Crystal resets to 0, doesn't turn off entirely when you take a hit, so if you lose the crystal bonus early, you can just get it back and get more attack speed. Trying to kill as many of these curse aliens as we can. Obviously, more curse is good. I'm not going to be able to pick up that many materials. I don't think we're killing that loot alien before the end of the wave, sadly. But we made good money this wave. Definitely taking the tentacle. We want crit chance, and this is another way to heal up quickly. My move speed is pretty good, and we need damage, so reinforced steel, and I guess we just get another reinforced steel. I think we just got 2. Either that or that my click didn't go off the first time, and then I'll take 3 more range damage. So that's a lot of base damage we just got, which is great. Take the community support, Lost Duck, recycling machine. For 87, we have an elite coming up, so I'm going to grab it. Level the scepters, that's nice. Lemonade will pick up. Ugly Tooth I'm going to pick up because, again, we have Fairy, so this is a regen, and it can help keep the elites off of me. Snowball, we don't need elemental damage, but Injection, we need % damage. Blunderbuss would actually be pretty good if we were allowed to take it. This is a random run, so we're going to go with Ghost Scepter the whole time. But Blunderbuss actually pretty good for this type of character that really struggles killing elites. It won't cost you that much HP, and it doesn't matter because we've got 130 already. But Blunderbuss wipes out elites and would add a ton of wave clear, so keep an eye out for this weapon if you have a character like this that's struggling to clear the wave. Then you can pick up Blunderbuss to fix that. Another Peaceful Bee at this point. I do want to be over dodge cap, but I don't think it's worth reducing my range damage there. Making sure to kill these Stargazers, because the buffed Stargazers or the mini-bosses are going to absorb a lot of damage from our fairly low damage setup. So we want to make sure that they don't get to hatch. Or get buffed like that. Unfortunately, we don't have too much control over that because I just let a mini-boss hatch, actually, or 2 mini-bosses hatch. Okay, well, do as I say, not as I do, because I messed up quite a bit there. These guys are going to absorb a lot of damage from our low damage setup, which is going to really hurt our wave clear. I'm curious how the baby elephant will have performed by the end of the game. Still leaving a lot of materials on the ground, but we don't need to focus that as hard because we have the 2 geckos. I'll take the lure here. That's pretty good. I'll take 15 more luck, I think. Helps with the elephant and everything. We'll take the small fish. And a reroll here. Level up the scepters again. And alien worm. So this is worth 3 regeneration now. I'm going to pick that up. And then I will roll again. Gnome, unfortunately, it's the damage stats that we can't use. Cute monkey I don't want because I really don't want to reduce my ranged damage. Fishhook is pretty good, so we'll grab that. Wheelbarrow won't pay for itself. I'll buy the blindfold and then gonna roll and try to lock some items for the fishhook. So if we can get any of these cursed, that'll be nice. The jelly, I guess I'll buy it just for the 1 regen, so I'm gonna lock all of this. Anything that gets cursed, we will buy. All right, let's see if we can kill this elite. It's looking like we might be able to, actually. Our damage is not bad against it, and this elite is an easier pattern to avoid most of the time. Killing that blobfish actually is going to maybe make it harder for me to kill the elite because it just absorbed a lot of HP, but I was able to do so. The community support is massive, and the crystal is really good. The fact that we haven't taken a hit, so the crystal bonus is still active, is really nice. Try to kill that loot alien there. There should be a second one as well, because we had a lure this wave. I don't see it. Maybe we got it already. Looks like I just missed the second one. Oh no, we got 3 crates actually, so we probably found the second one. Sift's Relic. I guess I'll take this just because I love this item. It's actually probably not good because the armor's wasted. We already have 2 geckos and 145 materials is a lot, but I love Sift's Relic, so I'm just always going to take it. For 50, do I want to buy 1 regen? Probably. Crown, you know, as I always say, how can you be the king of Brotato without a crown? It's not going to be good for us, but we're going to take it anyways. Dodge, we're well over cap, so we can recycle the leather vest, and then here we're going to take 3 more ranged damage. Buy all of these. This we're just buying for the regen. Level 4 Scepter is really nice, so we're very happy to see that. We'll take a feather as well, and a ritual. I'm going to pass on the goldfish and just roll, and then we're going to try to lock some stuff. Yeah, clover is probably worth locking, and I'll lock the saltwater just because we have a fishhook. So if we get that cursed, it's really nice. And I'll spend 18 on re-rolling to see if we can curse something else. No joy there, but that's fine. So now our damage is actually not bad, and we've gotten to the point where we can kill enemies. I think a lot of the time people see, like, you know, a character like this that has low mid-game damage and go, why didn't you just buy more damage instead of buying economy early? But the times when you lose runs are either dying really, really early just to, like, walking into a couple enemies, or just not having the raw stats in the mid-game to be able to survive the elite waves. So getting our economy online early meant that we were able to get to the point where we could survive the elite waves. If you focus too much damage early, then you're going to have a good time in the early game, but it's going to make it much harder to survive the elite waves because you just won't have the raw end game stats. So you need to balance both of those things. I'm going to take more attack speed because more attack speed always good. And then, yeah, we're very happy to get a cursed Ghost Scepter. Cursed Clover as well. It didn't get cursed, so I'm not going to buy the saltwater here. And Spider, 12% damage and 6% attack speed for -3 dodge, -3 regeneration, and 300 materials. I think we'll pass on that. I'll lock the Scepter. Maybe that can get upgraded. I'll take the Insanity. That can get cursed. I'll take the Insanity. I'll roll again. Cursed, though, the Whistle here. If we do get 1 loot alien spawn, then it will be worth it, but it would have to show up in exactly this next wave. I don't think that's that likely. it is a unique item for fairy, so we'd be spending 74 on a regen. 74 on one regen, and the potential chance of getting a loot alien, I think, is fine. It's not great. Like, you could definitely pass on that item there. I'm going to lock the Pocket Factory because Cursed Pocket Factory is just so much fun. And then for 48, I'm not going to reroll. I would say that we're pretty strong at this point, but not so strong that the run is just won entirely. So some goofy choices like the Whistle and the Pocket Factory are definitely marginal, but, you know, sometimes I'm just here to have fun. Ghost runs, of course, go from you're winning to you're dead instantly because you take so much damage when you don't get a dodge that you can just die fully out of nowhere. So although things look really good right now, if we just miss a couple dodges in a row, then we'll still just die. So we do have to be a little careful. I'm actually going to recycle the Lucky Charm here. The 30 luck in the boss wave doesn't matter that much. I will take the Alien Worm and then just more attack speed. That's going to be the most important thing. Pocket Factory didn't get cursed, so I'm not going to buy it here. And then I guess it is still worth recycling the level 1 Scepter and buying the level 4. Just increases my damage to the elites. Take some ranged damage. Beanie. Yeah, my move speed's actually pretty low for fighting elites, so I'll buy that. I'll take the cake for 1 regeneration. I'm going to pass on Schmoop. I just need more damage. And the minigun would be nice going into the elite fight as well. Again, if we were allowed to buy it. Leveling up our Cursed Scepter is really good here. The level 1 Scepter, I guess this just lets us get a level 4 Cursed. And then we still have an extra weapon. We'll take the Lens. Toxic Sludge, are we likely to find something better than 1 regeneration for 65? Probably not. So I'm just going to buy that. If we reroll into something better, I'll be sad. Of course, we rerolled into something much better. Into like 3 much better items. So if I sell a Scepter, I could get Retrimation's hoodie. Right? So that's 189 is 270. So I'd have to sell 2 Scepters to get the hoodie. And then I could maybe buy the level 2 Scepter. But that's 300% attack speed. That's probably worth it. So we're gonna... And hang on, so I lose Ethereal, so I would drop down 12 dodge as well. So I'm losing a bunch of attack speed from that. I still think it's worth it to do this. So I can sell this level 1 Scepter, and that would put me at 299. Or I can sell the level 4 Scepter and buy a level 2. I guess it's... So would I rather have 5 Scepters with lower damage output? I guess the level 4 Scepter isn't even that much more damage than the level 2 Scepter. It's only plus 22 damage. It attacks a little faster, but that won't matter. So if I buy this, so that's 280, 379. And we currently have 268, and so that would be... I'm pretty sure that's enough. 300, yeah, that's enough. So we're going to recycle the Ghost Scepter. If I turn out to have done the math wrong here, I'm going to be very sad. We're going to buy Retrimation's hoodie. We're going to buy this Scepter. And then I guess I'll reroll. So we only have 5 weapons going into the last wave, but we were able to get Retrimation's hoodie, which should make killing the enemies so much faster. So really interesting thing there, where you just have to sell items for a key item. If we hadn't bought the Toxic Sludge, would have been better, but the likelihood of us finding something that we desperately want more than 1 regeneration, I don't think was that high. So I still stand by the Toxic Sludge purchase, but as it happens, we could have maybe had like 1 more level 1 Scepter if I hadn't done that, and the Retrimation's hoodie as well. Cool spot there for deciding on that. Then let's go fight the elites. So So it did reduce my range, which makes it a little harder, but the enemies are taking a lot of damage. Now, typically you want to fight the whale boss, Whalian, as people have dubbed him, first, but the snake boss, the Snailian, has appeared, or was closer to us, so that's the one we fought first. Also, yes, this is a whale. A lot of people say it's a shark. It's clearly not a shark. That's baleen, which is what whales have. But yeah, so we got there. The Retrimation's hoodie find at the end was really fun for killing those enemies even faster, and that worked out very well. Taking a look at our items here, 840 from the bags, obviously amazing, bag overperforming as always. The first lure that we got where I wasn't able to kill either loot alien, maybe I should have passed on that, but with triple bag, I feel like even if we kill one, it's so good. We got 770 from our coupons, 197 from the dangerous bunnies, 20,000 damage, not 200,000 damage, 20,000 damage from baby elephant, not bad. The sunken bell never went off, so that was a waste of money, but I still think it was a cool idea for the ghosts to have this because of how it can help clear the area around you if you do get in trouble. We passed on a pumpkin, which would have been nice with the sharp bullet, but we didn't have the sharp bullet at that time, and spending money on something that doesn't do anything unless you get a very specific other item is usually a mistake. So, and the sharp bullet's good enough just by itself that we didn't need the pumpkin. So that I still think was the correct decision. 53,000 damage from Baby with a Beard is pretty nice. We ended with 229 HP, even though we had the items that are stealing kills from our Scepters, so you can see why I say that that's not a big deal. We, I think, got 2 extra levels out of this scar, so that worked out pretty well. 17 HP healed from the tentacles, 348 from the recycling machine, so recycling machine performing very well there as well. Only 34 harvesting from the crown, but we didn't buy it because it was good. And Sif's relic, similarly, we didn't buy because it was good, but the Retrimation's hoodie was excellent in the end game. Let us kill the bosses much faster. Alright, my friends, I hope that you enjoyed this run, and of course, as always, if you have, feel free to leave a comment and hit that like button, helps me out with the algorithm, which we all have to battle together if we want smaller YouTube creators to succeed. As always, of course, I appreciate you watching, and you can subscribe to my channel for more Brotato and other strategy game analysis. Cheers, friends! I'll catch you next time.